Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Now today we have got a stunningly striking map. It's a mountain map that looks amazing. Perfect for a small to medium town build, maybe some mountain villages as well. Now it's
my first map.
That's right, and it does suffer from some personality issues, shall we say, but we will get to those later. But I've made up for it by including absolutely a beautiful asset in the asset review from one of the top creators. So anyway, first map, is it your first time here? If it is, well, maybe you don't need to partake in the daily reminder, but it'd be nice if you did. That's right, because partaking in the daily reminder really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for your support. Today's map is Swissland MAP by Genius 1989. Ooh, I was about 82 in 1989, I think. There's your start square. Not a huge amount of build plane. It's the side of a mountain actually, but there isn't a lot of build plane on the entire map, as you can tell from the terrain heights. Yeah, you're working with the valley. That little bit of valley, really. That's it. You can get into the mountains, though. There's your resources, mostly for resource painting, but we have got some fertile land in the valley that is accessible. And off to the workshop. Now, there's a whole list. This is a newbie, I'm afraid. Whole list of DLC required, and basically I would say, I think maybe mass transit is actually required. The rest of it you can get away with not using. We'll be using the Aguil Vert theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT. And although this is a hell of a long list of requirements, there's at least a dozen, maybe 15 mods that aren't strictly required. Things like, you'll notice rotating prop params at the bottom there. Don't really need that one. And there's, say, at least another 12 that you don't strictly need. But you probably have them anyway if you're a detailer and all that. So let's start off with the highways. You notice a little bit of water flow issues on the right. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Don't get too excited. Well, maybe you should get a bit excited because you can see you've got tailback of traffic there on the opposite side of the road. Tunnel over here, but let's have a look at the traffic. What's going on here? There's been an accident. There's been a bit of a jackknife there. That doesn't look healthy, does it? Anyway, we'll go and have a look at that road in a minute, because I've got to be honest with you, that is one sexy road. That's a better road than this one. A more interesting road. This one does connect. It doesn't go anywhere, which is why we've got no traffic on it. And it will bring probably the bulk of your traffic into the start square. We've got a little bit... I'm not quite sure I'm sold on this right-hand highway that's ducking in and out tunnel-wise. Past the ooh, it's a castle. Not really going to look at that today. Got other things to concentrate on today. Got some floating foliage going on there and there. That happens. It does happen. And then we'll just follow this through. Now, I've got to say, I could have done without the sound barriers on either side. I think it's one of those things that the forest would absorb the sound, and you want to have a good look at the surround. It's going to be a beautiful drive, isn't it? But no, we've got sound barriers. Let's go back to the start and have a look at the other road. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is one sexy road. This is a very, very, very nice asset. I'm loving this. It just looks amazing. And it's a great find. A very, very nice find indeed. Now, this river on the left. You might have noticed the river on the left. It's a little bit lumpy, and newer players do have a little bit of trouble with water flow sometimes, and this is definitely the case with this map. Down here we've got what's going on here? Traffic going down, doing the U-turn and going back out. There you go, back, do a U-turn, down you go, and off out. I don't know if that's been put in there to allow traffic to be able to do that. Well, that's possible, I guess. But yeah, you'll notice that the roads are very wet. It hasn't been raining. It hasn't, I promise. It's this damned river just flooding and flooding, and it's lumpy and it's bumpy and it's just not pretty. And of course when it floods it's going to cause traffic flow problems, and it could cause some problems for your city as well. Alright, let's follow the road along, see where we go. I mean, just taking some of the vistas. Those mountains in the background, they are gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful work. I think using the cloud map, the cube map replacer would really bring out the best in this map as well. Got another little dead end here. Just look at the way that the roads merge into each other there. It's just lovely. Great asset. Very good find. I've said that already, but I'm actually taken aback by this road. I think I'm going to look more into it at some point and maybe make better use of this specific build myself. Yeah, river. Ignore the river. We'll do the rivers after the intermission. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm coming down. We're in the start square now. There's no access to the opposite side of the start square right off the bat. You'll have to buy to that tile. A little bit of glitchy terrain going on there. Let's quickly fix that one. I'm not going to do many fixes on today's map because I could spend all day fixing the water. Let's just raise that a couple of nodes, and that one node. There we go. Bing. That's already much better. Okay, we'll go over the bridge and see what's on the opposite side of the river. There's probably nothing over here. I mean, just this bridge, isn't it? It's just a very nice bridge, isn't it? There was absolutely nothing behind us, wasn't it? Absolutely sure there was nothing behind us, wasn't there? Oh, hello. Well, there was nothing behind us, but they've very kindly come along here and popped in the asset of the day. Is the Wasserkaskaden, I'm pretty sure that's correct, by AmiPolizeiFunk, Funk even, and it's an animated fountain. Now there are some lights that go with this. I didn't have time to set them up, but I figured you could probably have some fun yourself doing that and having a nice nighttime light show. But it's a really beautiful asset. Excellent work. Apologies for the big windmill behind, but it needed power, and the quickest way for me to give it to power was just to drop a windmill there. It's not ideal, but I'm not going to show you the windmill. Factoids, because factoids. I have a factoid here somewhere. There it is. There it is. The men who used to clean out cesspits were known as gong firmers. Gong firmers. Well, there's a job. Not one that I'm queuing up for, but it's still a very valid job. Okay, anyway, Wasserkaskaden, or cascading water, I guess, by AmiPolizeiFunk. Today's asset of the day, and a beauty. Okay, shall we head back to the roads? Shall we head back to the roads? I think we should. Here we go. Right. Now, you're expecting this road just basically to meander alongside of the river, and it kind of does. It still has some personality problems, this road, though. Don't think that the excitement is over just because, well, the excitement looks like it's over. It's not. It's far from over. We've got at least 2 issues to deal with. At least 2. And that's from memory. There may be more. We follow this up the side. This is just this is a lovely map. It's a lovely map to look at. We'll talk about the trees as well after the intermission, because a few of you might be thinking, hang on a second, there's some issues with the visuals on the trees. There are some issues with the visuals on the trees. Here we go. Switchbacks, okay, I understand switchbacks, but I'm not understanding cross-country roads like this. I'm not understanding them at all. And if we have a look here, I've got the terrain lines on here. We're going up the hill here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe about 10-meter climb before dropping back down again. I think there must have been a more appropriate route rather than going up the hill to snake our way down, maybe down the side like that, following the side of the mountain, possibly. But then we have got water cascading over the side of the mountain, Wasserkaskaden again there. Yeah, water flow issues from the mountain stream. Mind you, it is elevated, so the water seems to be going, doesn't seem to be causing any problem with the traffic. So it kind of works. Indirectly. I don't think it was planned, but if it was planned, well done. But I still think there was probably a better route to be had there. And we'll follow the side of this creek, canyon, brook. It's more than a brook, isn't it, I guess. This, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I feel there's probably a better route that could be taken. There was a little bit of blue mantle underneath the road there. You probably spotted. Going to let it go. There are other issues to worry about rather than blue mantle there, I think. Blue mantle there as well. Yeah, just a splash of blue here and there. Now over the other side of the river, you may notice we need some weeding going on here. Just a little bit of mountain weeding, and then up, and pretty much I think that is the story of this road. I'm not going to look too much as we go off. We've got the fog switched off today, so I'm not going to go right to the edge. Just assume that if there are any problems from this point on, I'm not sure there are, but if there are, you wouldn't notice them because of the fog. So let's have a look at the rail. Now I'm going to need your help for this. First of all, I don't mind the trees there. That's fine. It's off in the fog, and we've got a bit of blue mantle there. I don't mind that. We are deep in the fog. But I will be talking about these wires on this line in a minute. I'm not going to mark the map down for them. I'm going to ask for your help. But there's a couple of things we need to do first. Follow me just a little bit further along. You notice a big traffic tailback on the left-hand side here. And you may notice a lot of water. This is ongoing, guys. This is ongoing. This is not good, I'm afraid. But anyway, yes. So this is part of the Railways mod. It's an amazing mod. It looks stunning. The railways look way better than vanilla. I don't understand what I'm personally doing wrong to still have... This is the wireless version of this track, and I'm still getting wires. I have tried using the catenary replacer mod to see if that works, and that doesn't make any difference at all. And I can't see any settings within the Railways mod themselves for removing them. And this is, I confirm, this is the wireless track. We've got an encroaching tree there. So as far as I'm concerned, the wires don't exist here. I'm certain that this is me. I have tried reading through as best I can in the time that I've got the Railways mod, but I'm not seeing anything about settings or anywhere. We do have more encroaching trees, by the way. So if there's anybody out there who uses the Railways mod who's seen this and knows what I'm doing wrong, please do tell me, because I do try and partake as much information via tutorials and stuff as I can, but also I learn from you guys as well. Now we've got two lines here that kind of don't join up. I'm reckoning one's a provincial line and one's a local line. There is one asset looking at the loading screen mod that is missing. That is a rail connector, possibly. So that might be a little bit of blue mantle there as we're going up into the mountains via tunnels. So it's possible. It's possible. Oh, this is really sexy bit of mountain work. Unfortunately, a little bit of blue mantle there as well. But the rail going to the mountains is very, very sexy. So yes, so anyone with experience of the Railways mod who's watching this, who knows what I'm doing wrong, please do tell me, and I will try and learn and try and put it right in future. And meanwhile, I'll say I'm not marking down the map. This is a lovely, lovely rockfall kind of area. Again, though, sadly, a bit of blue mantle there as well. It's just a bit. It's almost next level, but not quite. You know. And we go up into here. This I'm not quite sure about this route, if I'm honest with you. It does emerge over here. That's fine. And it goes a little bit steep, not too steep, a little bit steep up here. Put the lines on there, you can see just a bit of a climb. I'm not sure where this rail route is supposed to be going to, nor what it would achieve. But, yeah, it's an interest. It's an item of interest. Anyway, intermission time. We'll come back and do the second half of the show in just a few moments. Floscape is here, now creating beautiful scenes every single week on this channel. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Want to know more? Of course you do. Click that information button now. And so the shipping routes on Swissland MAP by Genius 1989. Well, there aren't any. Okay. There are air routes. I've seen planes up in the sky, but there are no shipping routes. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Water flow. Well, we know we've got issues, but let's have a look anyway, shall we? We don't need a huge amount of water flow because it's not going to be a big city build. As long as there's enough water. I would say there's enough water. It's just, oh hello, ignore these pipes. That was me earlier doing something. Okay, relating to the asset review. But yes, that was me. Ignore them. They're gone. There's enough water. It's just not, it's not smoothly flowing enough water, if that makes sense. Of course it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. Okay, let's have a look at what can we look at? What should we start? Oh yeah, the trees. Now I'm getting a bit of LOD pop in and out at quite close range. I don't know whether it's because it's the assets are badly configured, or whether it's I've got I mean, I know I can have problems sometimes if you've got trillions of trees. But at close range with not many trees there, that shouldn't be the case. Same again here. Look at these particular trees here, these bushy trees there. Nudging in. Yeah. Again, I can't blame the map for this one. I think maybe my computer's having a bit of a down day. Possibly. I've checked the RAM, and the RAM's ticking along quite nicely, and there's nothing running in the background. So I don't know what. But, I mean, in terms of mountain maps, I don't think we've seen many better looking mountain maps than this, have we? This is great work. Also water. Okay, right. I know we've got water flow problems, but let's look at the water source. We have got snow melt going down into a mountain lake here, and that then continues down that way. Actually, we're going to have a look at the next tier up. Here we go. Big glacier here. Lots of snow coming off the mountain down this way. This looks really good. And it merges in with another snowmelt stream there, and then it becomes a river. Okay, this is all good work so far. This is all very good work so far. Possibly a little too heavy so high up the mountains, but still not too bad. Then it goes narrow and squeezes really tight here, and this is where I'm getting the question marks. I'm getting some question marks, like, why isn't the water running down there? Also, if we have a look back up at these glaciers, we've got snow coming down here. We've got melt, and we've got melt there, yeah? Why have we got no melt here? It's facing the same angle towards the sun in the same direction. So the snow, I would have thought, would come down this gully here. Okay, so that's where I feel there should be more. And then on top of that, the river that's coming down here doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we've got this ridge here. I feel that should be closed across. We should probably have a lake up in this area here, probably, which is then breaches there and then probably merges down here into the river down here. This bit, it just seems forced. It seems forced up, especially this bit here. I mean, how did that evolve when you've got this area with erosion over there? I don't really buy that stream at all. Plus, then it's broken and it overflows every now and then and splashes down there, which we've already seen. So I don't really know, to be honest with you. Obviously, new creator first map, trying to do something. Water is not the easiest thing. I'm going to be honest with it. It's not. You've had a valiant effort, Ginish. You really have. But you can see these mountain streams. They're a bit stop-start as well. This one's not so bad. I mean, it's still probably just forced a little bit too narrow. If you think of the water more as a jelly, okay, and you just need to give it a little bit more space and a flatter base to work with as well. Because, well, the lumpy water down through the middle of the town, there's enough of it, but this is going to be a detailer's map. This could be a really nice detailer's map. And no detailer is going to want to play on the map where, well, their main river is lumpy. So there's a lot to be fixed in terms of river work before we can get started and have a really good playthrough on it. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Ooh, it might stretch the votes one way or the other because it is a good looker, isn't it? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. I'll get that blue mantle out so that we can take a nice little thumbnail. There we go. Now for me, aesthetically, it's stunning. It's stunning. It's very close to 5 stars. I mean, you can't have a 5th star with a main river that looks like that, I'm afraid. Sorry. 4 stars. Detailing. Detailing is of a very high standard, and then it's also struggles in places, and then we've got blue mantle. I'm not marking it down for the wires because that's down to me, just not understanding what I'm doing wrong, but I can't give it more than 3. It's a high 3, but there are too many errors. Gameplay potential, not a huge build plane, but that's not a huge problem. But that water flow is going to cause problems with traffic flow, with flooded roads, and it needs a lot of fixing. I'm going to give it a medium high 2. Not high 2, a medium high 2. It does need some fixing. Swissland MAP by Genius 1989 for a first effort. That is stunning work. I mean, amazingly stunning mountain work. I'm very, very impressed with the mountains. And a valiant effort with the water. At least you've had a go, and we can always improve on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What's Map series. There's an old map on the screen now if you want to go and have a little watch of that from just over a year ago. And well, we'll be back tomorrow with another map. Yeah, we'll do another map tomorrow. And maybe a tutorial this week rather than Duvo. I'm running out of time, I'm afraid. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.